going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about what is reportedly the Modern Warfare 3 Verdansk Warzone map release date, some new evidence, plus even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also as a reminder, we got plenty of brand new content going up over on detonated.com, expanding on all the coverage you're seeing here on the channel, just in the form of articles on the website, and plenty of tweets every single hour on Detonated's Twitter. As a reminder as well, we do have brand new Modern Warfare 3 themed control freaks, which just released a couple of days ago. There's a black pair, then there's a red pair for the collector's box, as well as a Coney theme pair, all available with the link down below. You can now use code DYNAMITE to save over 12% on any order on the website, including 4 orders that include the brand new Modern Warfare 3 thumbsticks. Now this week is a big one. There's a lot ahead of us in terms of marketing, so we should be getting at least 2 more blog posts, one detailing camo customization inside of Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer and zombies, and another one that is zombies focused. We'll possibly get even more marketing that hasn't been announced yet. I'll be live every single morning of this week, counting down to potential marketing and whatever other updates do release to end off Modern Warfare 2's life cycle. Then we have the New Zealand release of Modern Warfare 3 this Thursday. I'll be flying there to play the game as early as possible. Then the global release of the game for everybody else is this Friday. Now this video is Verdansk focused. I want to start with my opinion on the potential return of Verdansk and whether or not I want to see the map return. So here's the thing, right? If it makes the community happy and it does wonders for not even just the Warzone community, but just anybody out there in COD, then I'm totally down for the map to return. I really am. If we don't see a return, I'm also not upset. We have the release of Urzikstan this upcoming December with the release of Season 1. That's a brand new map. Then we have Rebirth and Fortune's Keep, which I'll bring up again later in this video. Those maps are coming out in late 2024. So we already have 3 essential new maps coming to Warzone 2.0 with the Modern Warfare 3 movement overhaul as well. So if we don't see Verdansk, I'm cool with that. And I'm sure Treyarch has a Warzone map up their sleeve for the Warzone integration of their next Black Ops game. So if we don't see Verdansk, we don't see it. But as of recently, I'd say there's a lot of brand new evidence to suggest that Verdansk is indeed going to come back at some point in early to mid or even late 2024. Now, as you guys are probably aware, if you play other games aside from Call of Duty, Fortnite just brought back the OG map, and apparently 44 million people as of the last few days have been playing Fortnite. That is a record high player count for Fortnite that the game probably hasn't seen in many years, maybe since the dawn of Fortnite Battle Royale, since the actual hype of Fortnite was at an all-time high. So those numbers are crazy to think about. Now you can also argue that Warzone and Fortnite were always very different from one another in terms of popularity. Fortnite was way up here, whereas Warzone was popular, but hey, Warzone might not have been able to hit a peak that was as big as maybe the peak of Fortnite. You can argue that all you want. It's all subjective, that you can debate down below in this video's comments. But what are the odds that Activision doesn't see the success of the OG map back in Fortnite and those specific numbers? What are the odds that they overlook that and say, you know what, we're not going to actually do what Fortnite did, and we're going to go ahead and just ignore bringing back Verdansk? I really do think that if there weren't plans already to bring Verdansk back, the success of the OG map returning to Fortnite is really going to expedite any potential plans that Activision may have. Now, it's to my understanding that the OG map back in Fortnite is only a temporary update until the new map drops. I'm not much of a Fortnite guy, so I don't know much about how the map rotation is going to work there, but I've been told by plenty of peers that do play the game that the OG map is temporary. So what would Verdansk be? Would that be a temporary drop for just the season, or would it be a permanent add-on to Warzone 2.0 for the remainder of, let's say, Modern Warfare 3's life cycle? Now, we'll circle back to whether or not the map may be permanent or not, but there are some brand new rumors I want to address. I would say over the last couple of months, there have been several rumors from different leakers out there that apparently to celebrate 20 years of Call of Duty, not only are we seeing plenty of familiar multiplayer maps remastered, some classic weaponry, but we're also going to be seeing the return of Verdansk at some point. Now, with the addition of Rebirth and Fortune's Keep in 2024, it'd almost be shocking not to also get Verdansk, the map that a lot of people out there have been asking about. Now, specifically, earlier today, Pro Reborn, who I'm going to suppose became a leaker or has some type of inside source, he went ahead and wrote over on Twitter that the snippets that you can see of Verdansk in the distance for the Verdansk campaign missions in Modern Warfare 3 do hint that, yes, the Verdansk map that we know and love is coming back to Battle Royale. It's currently being worked on and will be delivered for Treyarch's Warzone integration with the next Black Ops game. COD does not like to waste work. See you soon. He follows up by saying that he knows based on a bit of game dev pipeline knowledge and the fact that these studios have all of 20 minutes to make these games, and oh look, the whole map's guts are literally right there. Now, like I always say with rumors, take it all with a grain of salt. I will say there have been other rumors that have popped up as of recently that apparently Verdansk is coming back at some point during March to celebrate, what, the 4-year anniversary of the original Verdansk. So the map could pop up at any time, but with both Rebirth and Fortune's Keep coming out in early to mid 2024, I could maybe see Verdansk coming back in very late 2024 with the Warzone integration for the next Black Ops game, but would that really make sense? I would prefer if Treyarch makes their own Warzone map, which apparently they've been doing for quite some time. According to job listings, they've been working on a new Warzone map with their Warzone dedicated team that they have now, and I wouldn't put it past them if they went ahead and reused that Warzone map for, let's say, the next iteration of Outbreak. Now, we are getting an Outbreak DMZ hybrid in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. That's going to use the new Urzikstan map, but Treyarch didn't make that map, right? So with that in mind, maybe they are working on a separate map entirely, and I just doubt that it's Verdansk. And I feel like they're going to have maybe another iteration of Outbreak that'll release at some point during the next Black Ops game cycle, which may also be different from how MW3 Zombies works. If that's the case, where does Verdansk fit into that? So you guys are probably aware by now, if you played the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, that several missions do take place in Verdansk. We got to see the prison, we got to see the stadium, even the dam. Several areas are done, and I would say that a lot of work probably already went into this, since they had to essentially remake the map from the ground up on the brand new engine that Modern Warfare 2 currently sits on. I'm sure some things may have been ported over. I'm sure that having Verdansk in the MW19 engine probably helped out to some extent, but it wasn't just an easy copy-paste into Modern Warfare 3, I can assure you of that. I'm not a dev or an engineer to tell you the details, but based on some common sense and a little knowledge that I do have of game development, I can tell you for sure that it wasn't just an easy Control-C, Control-V. They had to go ahead and actually do some work here. So with a lot of Verdansk that's apparently already done thanks to the campaign, I think that right there is strong enough evidence to say, yeah, Verdansk is probably coming back to Warzone, or at least it can. And we could even bring this back to, let's say, Black Ops 4. The entirety of the map Buried from Zombies was in Blackout. There were obviously plans to do a Chronicles 2 or a round-based version of Buried for that game. Plans changed, of course. We never saw it. But in this case, with Verdansk, I'm sure they're going to have something up their sleeves, especially for the 20-year anniversary of COD. Now, Rebirth and Fortune's Keep are both releasing at some point in 2024, and it's going to be cool to see how those maps play with the MW3 movement. Fortune's Keep is the most short-lived Warzone map, if you're not including Fortress, which was in for like a couple of weeks and got removed over in Warzone 2. That map, I just cannot wait to see its return of. And with Rebirth, it's obviously a fan favorite, but Verdansk has been a fan favorite too. And like I said in plenty of previous podcasts now, I don't really have an issue with Verdansk. I actually preferred Verdansk 84 from the Cold War life cycle. I had the most fun with the red doors and some of the map updates that we got during that Black Ops cycle, but if Verdansk comes back, I'm down for it. But let's not forget a lot of the hate that Verdansk 84 specifically got a couple of years ago. People out there upset that it was, oh, just a reskin of a map we've already played, and it's the same old layout, same points of interest for the most part. People out there weren't happy with Verdansk 84. So if we get, let's say, a Verdansk 94 during the next Black Ops cycle, I'm curious how that gets received. They'll probably just end up bringing OG Verdansk back from the Modern Warfare cycle, since MW3 is currently in its prime. That's likely what they'll do, but I just can't picture how they could release during the Black Ops integration. I just don't see them waiting that long. If anything, I could see them doing it at some point in between the release of Fortune's Keep and Rebirth, but then you take a step back and you're like, wait a second, are we about to have, what, 5 or 6 Warzone maps playable at once? I mean, think about it. Let's say Verdansk comes back at some point in, I don't know, March or April, and by that point, Fortune's Keep already got added back in, then Rebirth comes out shortly after that, closer to the summer. Think about that. Would we really end up having Urzikstan, Rebirth, Fortune's Keep, Vandal, Ashika Island, and then Verdansk? I mean, hey, maybe they'll take a note out of Apex's book and say, let's just have multiple, and I mean multiple maps on rotation. Who cares? Let's do it. In that case, sure, I'm down for it, but I almost can't see them doing that. Maybe they'll try something different this year, though, with the MW3 Warzone integration that we just haven't expected. I mean, fine, let's see what they do with that. I mean, I could totally see Rebirth and Fortune cycling out Ashika or Vandal, maybe both. I could see that happening, but then you got to think about it, right? With Urzikstan being the new map for MW3 cycle, how would that map be received once Verdansk comes back? Will people out there even play Urzikstan anymore? That leads me to the next topic. What are the potential consequences for bringing Verdansk back, right? Is it a temporary or permanent add-on? Well, let's see what happens with the OG map in Fortnite, right? How temporary really is that map? Will they keep it in longer than what they've initially claimed? I'm curious, because with Verdansk now, you can keep it in for just one season. People are going to be upset once you remove it, right? Or maybe there's a pretty concrete plan to bring Verdansk back for a season or two. Then Rebirth comes out. That's in for a season or two, but I could really see them keeping Rebirth in permanently for Resurgence. I just can't see Verdansk being permanent as the BR map, especially if Urzikstan is still in its prime, and then you have Treyarch working on a potential other Warzone map that comes out in late 2024, maybe early 2025, I could see Verdansk being more of a temporary add-on, but if the player numbers are high enough, that'll probably extend the amount of time that it's in the game for. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the brand new rumors in regards to the return of Verdansk? Do you think it is coming back sooner than the integration of the next Black Ops game within Warzone? And what are your thoughts on the brand new evidence that we have over in the campaign? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.